everybody, I'm back, and oh boy, again, I'm sorry it's not Adrian, but that's 2 drawings to record, and this is 1, so yeah. But hey, still cat themed. But let's get into it, because I'm gonna be straight with y'all. I freaking hate Husk. Like, Husk is god-awful to me. And I want to be clear about that, because if you like Husk, then good for you. I'm not hating on you, I can't stand this design. Even when he was shown in Zoophobia, I didn't like him. I really never understood his character or his design, and even after all the years of Hazbin Hotel being a thing, I still don't understand his character design. It's just confusing to look at, even more so when you read his bio and trivia page, which I'll get into later. But let me explain some of the issues I've had with him over the years. Number 1, and this isn't technically an issue, it's just something that I feel everyone should know. Husk wasn't created by Vivziepop. She did draw him, but it was her sister that came up with the idea of Husk, which kind of explains his first design in the old lineup. He never really fit in with the cast, not to mention he was pretty plain when it came to everyone else. Plus, he looked way more like a dog than a cat. But just like everyone in the Hazbin Hotel cast, he did get somewhat of an update. Basically, he looks the same as Pilot Husk, just gray and white and like orange wings. Then Pilot Husk was born, and boy did he get worse. I'm not sure what happened exactly, but the color choice was always weird to me. I see people say his fur style looks like a suit, but I'm not seeing it. Either way, his arm things were just a crazy big no for me. At the time, I knew so little about Husk, I just ignored him completely. But after redesigning him, I think I found my main reasons for why I don't like him. 1 is his theme, and 2, his face style is almost exactly like Cats Don't Dance. But enough about his pilot look, it's no longer relevant anymore, but still. So let's talk about finalized Husk and his wonderful design, said with sarcasm. So when Husk was dropped, and I do mean dropped, Viv didn't even hint at him at all. As you all know, I was on vacation when he dropped, and I did have enough internet access to look at Twitter, so I was, constantly, not constantly, but just checking, looking through stuff. But, I went outside, hung out with my family, came back inside, and was immediately like, ping, 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 from all my friends going, did you see? Did you see? And I'm like, see what? What are you talking about? Boom, Husk was dropped, and I'm like, oh wow, would have been nice to get a hint. But anyway, boy was I absolutely disappointed. Like, I knew I wasn't gonna like it, but good God, why? Husk was fine. Ugly, but fine. It was always his wings that were the major point of the problem in his design in general, but they made his wings even worse. Like, number 1 rule, guys, don't make the inside of your wings a different color. Yes, I know the show is fantasy-based, but this is why you don't do it. It looks fake and ugly, and don't get me started on that flat black line that just, it doesn't work for him at all. It's just straight across. Who thought that was a good idea? Also, I've always wondered something. It's been confirmed that Husk doesn't like his wings, and he's basically too lazy to even try to fly. So why are they so big? Like, if Angel can tuck his 3rd pair of arms, why can't Husk's wings be small and then grow bigger when he wants them to? Plus, they're solid red with hints of orange and black, yet Husk's fur is brown and white. Like, I just don't get it. I know he's a cat, but his wings should look like they actually belong to him, and not like he just ripped some poor demon's wings off. Like, I can't. Sorry. Okay, 2 other things, then we'll move on to the design. Okay, 1, what is with the weird tiny details? The heart in his ear, the black lines on his eyebrows, and the eye color change. Like, I get the stripes on his ear were gonna be a problem, so getting rid of them was a good idea. But the heart, seriously? Now, just like Vaggie's ex, it's gonna be all over the place. And now it's the first thing I look at when I look at him. Normally, I wouldn't have a problem with the heart being inside the ear. Also, the black on his eyebrows, I don't understand why they did that. I mean, they're basically moving the stripes from his ears to his eyebrows. That didn't fix the level of difficulty at all. All they did was just move shit around. And the eye color change, okay, I know I said I wanted something other than red, but changing Husk's outer eye color to a dark blue is not what I had in mind. And lastly, his so-called outfit. The suspenders, again, not needed. Like, he's been naked for years. Why are they giving him clothes now? I don't get it. But overall, I'm just sitting in my room room, terribly confused by this character yet again, but I'm hot and irritated, so let's move on to the redesign. Okay, so when redesigning Husk, I had a hard time deciding if I would make something from scratch or enhance what we already have. I kind of did a combination of both, hence why he looks so much more different than the others, but I really went out of my way for this one, seeing as Husk is lacking in the bio department. Most of his trivia is simple stuff. He died around 60 to 70 years old, lived in Vegas, likes magic, and was somewhat of a playboy and also knows Russian. That's the summary, basically. There was once a rumor that Husk was in the Vietnam War, which honestly would have been a very cool idea to use, but Viv said no, which is strange to me since a lot of his trivia kind of makes it sound like he could have been in the war. It wouldn't have been hard to add it to his lore or anything, because like his stuff is so vague, but kind of wish I knew more. Like, his life when he was alive sounds fine. I mean, Viv describes him as an overall nice guy, so I'm kind of confused by the grumpy drink my problems away attitude. Like, what led up to that? I would very much like to just get a hint at how that happened, but whatever. So I aged Husk up since it's confirmed he died around 60 to 70 years old. I grayed his fur and added gray stripes. Since Husk is a cat, I can't really do much in the age department other than mute his colors. I just really wanted him to look the age he died, since nearly everyone looks like teenagers. I also made his whiskers more like a mustache. It was just I don't know, I just did it. There's no real reason behind it. Okay, before all of you go, he's a lion now. I'm going to stop you right there. No, I did not change Husk into a lion. He's still a cat. I based his cat design off a Maine Coon, which is a cat breed that basically looks like lions. The reason behind it is since Husk is casino themed / magic, I always thought it was weird he was a cat, since most casinos and magic acts back in the 70s didn't use cats. They mostly used lions or other jungle animals as their theme, or even during acts in general. But because Husk's trivia says he likes knockoff magic, I figured I'd keep him a cat, but make him a knockoff version of a lion, if that makes sense. Plus, all the fur really sells the 70s look, since hair was really popular back then. So it works for both his time period and theme. And on to the wings, because it leads into the rest of his design. Okay, I shrunk the wings down. Obviously they're still sticking out, but that's just to show what they look like. But in the show, I'd have made them stay tucked behind him. I shrunk them and reshaped them to be easier. They're basically a more styled version of the cherub's wings from Hell of a Boss. To keep with Husk's casino theme, I added spades to the bends of his wings, so when they're tucked and he turns around, they make one big solid spade. I also got rid of that god-awful black line and just kept the top design the same, just a little bit bigger, and made his bottom feathers the same color as his fur, so it looks like the wings belong to him. But anyway, for Husk's casino theme, I've always had trouble understanding what exactly it was. I think it was the dots that threw me off, because I could never tell what they were supposed to be based off of, but it's clear they're staying, so instead of putting them on just his wings, I also put them on his vest. That's right, I gave him a vest. I got rid of the suspenders and gave him a vest, with the bottom of the vest sharing his striped theme, and along with a spade name tag. I also gave him a cummerbund and black pants with a red trim. As for his feet, I made them bird feet. They're kind of similar to how Solus's feet are, but I really wanted to make Husk feel more half bird, half cat, kind of like an off-brand griffin. As for the card symbols, they always bugged me since they were only on his wings. They weren't really anywhere else on his body other than the weird second heart eyebrow things. Again, not understanding why those needed to be there, but whatever. And even more so now in the finalized design, like, he still doesn't have anything card related on him other than more hearts. And this has always been an issue with me in general with Viv. Enough with the hearts, please. It's okay that Angel has them, it makes sense. And it's okay for Valentino to also have them, it makes sense for him. But for Husk, not really. If his theme is casinos, then he should have more than just hearts. And I mean, plus, what's a better opposite to Angel than spades? Which leads me into how I redesigned his ear by reworking the heart into a spade and moved the spade to the tip of his ears. And put a heart on his forehead, mostly just to, since I erased the two little eyebrow hearts, I figured I would just make a bigger one on his forehead just to keep with the card theme. I also made the fur pattern on his arms look like hearts when he has them lined up. So it's kind of like, you know when you see two people get tattoos on the edge of their arms and they line them together and it makes the shape or it finishes the sentence or whatever? That's basically what's happening. As for the red, I made 5 different color variants for Husk. So just know I didn't 100% pick this, y'all did. But yeah, I made the red more older and darker. I also spread the red around. I made his ears red and made the tips of his arm for a red. I've always thought if you're making a mixed animal character, you should really mix them together, like have the fur share the same pattern as the other animal, or mix and match what they have in common. You know, stuff that makes it feel like they belong together, which is probably why I never liked Husk. He's literally a basic cat with wings. Don't really look like they belong on him, but, and I know a lot of you are going to be like, it doesn't match, but fun fact, green was a huge color used in the 70s, so giving Husk a green bow tie hints at that and makes him the odd one out when it comes to working at the hotel. I'd imagine everyone who works there has to wear a red bow tie, but Husk being Husk said, nah, I like mine. Plus, it makes him look less like Jim Carrey's Cat in the Hat. But anyway, sorry this was kind of all over the place. I'm at my mom's dog sitting and trying to get a bunch of stuff ready for my next cruise. We're going to Italy. I'm hoping it'll be fun. I have been told many a horror story, but I really just want to go swimming. But don't worry, Adrian is in fact next. I have everything prepared and ready to go. So look out for that. And then after that, Alia will be next, because I'm pretty sure Nifty is going to be dropped next month, and once that happens, I won't have any other characters to redesign for the Has-Been Hotel, which means I can get back into redesigning the Miraculous Ladybug characters, and I can get started redesigning something else. Surprise! Even though you already know, I will be redesigning Monster High! Super surprised by the votes, but happy to see the fandom still lives. And yes, I have seen the Nick version. Not super impressed with what they've done. And I hate what they've done to my boy Heath. Look how they've massacred my boy. Heath was always my favorite boy in the show, so seeing him like this really hurts my soul. Anyway, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope you all have a super fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!